Kicking it with Gives a Minute on Kick. I forgot to fill that up. Usually I fill it up before I start streaming, but I didn't. I came in in a rush. I was out doing a review skins of a blended Scotch whiskey, and well, I've still got a couple of them here. might get into it straight away, or I might hold off a little. Either way, I'm going to hold off because I only see one person here. You know what I want to do? I want to try something. Instead of, you know, when I do my be right back and it rolls that taking a slash thing, instead of doing that, why can't I roll a surfing video? I could roll taking a slash. It'd be a bit of a wangle for me to do it, but I could wangle it. I don't know how this will work. I could just roll my latest super quick wave, or my latest today's surf upload while I'm taking a slash. There would be a little wangling to be done with that though. Oh, there's a delay on it. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, cancel that. Cancel that! I'll have to think about how I could do that more efficiently later on. And I can do that. And I will do that. I haven't done it now, but I could do it. When you say? You know what I could do instead? I'm going to roll that instead. Yeah, okay. I got a better one. Okay, cool. So anyway, seeing as there's no one here, I don't give a shit. I'm going to crack one of these other ones I've got. I've got two left. And then I do have a question. I got two questions, actually, I want to ask. So this is what I reviewed. Well, that's the empty. That's no fun. This is what I reviewed. Lost Scotch. Blended Scotch whiskey and cola. Oh, here's my glass right here. Oh, cool. I still got ice in here. Oh, well, you know what? Without any further delay. Who said D-Live? Don't do D-Live. Exclamation drink, exclamation pour. I got a question, but I'll wait for crew to rock up and then I'll ask it. Oh, dude, that spilled. And my fly's open. And that spilled onto my pecker. How can I show you this without breaking rules? Look at my fly. It's been open the whole time. And then the whiskey landed right on the critical spot. So I got a question. I still got no one in the chat. Let me just check my Be Right Back scene. Is this going to work? Let me see if this works. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's the most annoying Be Right Back scene ever. Perfect. So that'll get rid of the trolls. Hey, I'm getting trolled up the wazoo, so that's classic. You know when that happened? That was at Marty's place. Tattoo's place with Marty. Yeah. I see 3 watching and no one commenting. Okay, in that case, I'm going to sit here in silence as well. If you aren't going to talk to me, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking. Refuse. I'll just... Hey, XJY in there. How do you say your handle, man? Thank you for talking to me. How do you say that? EXJY. XG. I don't know how to say it, dude. But I appreciate you swinging by. Net TV's in the house too. Hey, Netskis, how you doing, man? Can I also just say, I really enjoyed the cryptocurrency stream we did on Monday, and I do want to roll those on more of a... What's that smell? Dude, I smell dog shit. Seriously. No. I can smell wet dog shit. Let me... The hell? You know when you get a scent of something and you're like, what the hell? How can the smell just start like that? Like it's like there's no smell and then the smell. How can that happen? Call me X Hana Easy. X Hana Easy is Xhazi, more like XJ. X Yahave. Exyahave. Who brought that smell? Did I bring that smell? Did I fart and not know? Nah. What is that smell, dude? It's not this. Nah, I know what that smells like. What is that smell? You know what it probably is, but I don't think it is. Where I live, there's a lake, and when the lake breaches to the ocean, it flushes out and cleanses it, and a lot of sulfur dioxide gets emitted from the sands. But that doesn't smell like it. Yo, H-Man, how you doing, dude? Hello, Skins. Well, now that H-Man's here, I can ask this question. I see 7 viewers watching. Cool. All right, let me ask you this. Let me tell you the story, and then I definitely want to get your guys' opinions, your guys' thoughts. Hello. Okay, so the situation is, I've got a motor mechanic that I've been going to with GoVan pretty much since I bought GoVan. Now, a few things are at play here. First of all, the motor mechanic isn't like close to, well, Hendrik, he's in Husky. So for those that don't know, he's not that close to me. There are other options closer, for sure. The reason I went to him originally is because his location is directly behind where I work. And so in my job, I can go and, when I was driving there, I don't drive there anymore. I'd use a kayak to get there because it's in between water. So that's another story. But when I do, or if I do drive there, I can drive my van to work, pick up the work van, and then for the next 3 to 4 days, I can drive the work van from the work location, do my job, drive it home, next day drive it out, do the job, drive it home, next day drive it out, do the job, drive it home, next day drive it out, do the job, drive back to work, pick up my van, drive home. So that's why I initially went to this motor mechanic, because whenever there needs to be work done, I say to him, well, look, dude, I can bring it in on Monday or Tuesday, and then you can pretty much have it for the whole week because I don't even need it. So it can, like, you can just slot it into whenever it fits, and there's no urgency. And I think anyone in that kind of business, they would appreciate not having to have like a tight schedule with the customer coming back demanding their vehicle, right? So that's why I go there. Second reason I go there is he's pretty damn good, right? He's got a good reputation. He works on all of the work vehicles that the business owns. And so they obviously recommended him. And he has a bunch of crew there. There was a couple of young guys that were pretty cool and just a whole good vibe. Now, this is where the question comes into it. So most recently in Australia, if you have an older vehicle, I don't know what the cutoff is, but if your vehicle is considered old, which mine being mine's a 2004 model, that's considered old. And so every year when you need to get your registration renewal, you've actually got to take it to the mechanic. You guys might call it the shop. We call it a mechanic. We take it to the mechanic. They do a check on the vehicle, a safety check mainly, to verify that this old vehicle is equally as capable of driving on the roads as one of the newer vehicles. So it's a safety check. It's mandatory. So I went in to do my safety check with this guy, and the first thing that happened was he said, Net TV, a certificate of fitness. Basically that, yeah. I don't know we call it a pink slip here in Australia. We got a green slip, which is your insurance, your mandatory third-party insurance, but the pink slip is the certificate of fitness. Yeah, same. I think every country has them, but I think it varies for the age of the vehicle and whatever. So anyway, I took mine in to get this certificate of fitness done, and the first thing that happened, or the first thing that was noted, was that there was no one there. And the guy who owns the business, I just said, oh, it's pretty quiet. And he said, yeah, I don't have any staff. And I was like, oh, you're on your own here? And it's a big shop. Like, there's enough room in there for like probably 6 vehicles. So it's not just like a little pokey hole in the wall mechanic. It's a big hoist and big warehouse. And so I was like, oh, wow, man, that's a lot of work for you. Hey? And he's like, yeah. And I said, what happened to the young guys that were here? Because I've been going there now near on 3 years, every year. And he said, yeah, one of them from Sydney didn't work out and the other guy was unreliable, blah, 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 blah. So he said, I'm just doing it all myself now. I was like, okay, well, as you know, there's no urgency here, and you can have it for the week, whatever. And so we're leading into the question. Let me tell you. So he does the certificate of fitness, and it fails. So it failed on a couple of points, and I could read them to you, or I could just summarize them because I remember what they were. The first point was front shock absorbers need replacing. I'll come back to that, but front shocks need replacing. Then it failed the brake test, which is all indicated in here, a brake test. It failed it. Now, okay, so those two things, extremely interesting that the front shock absorbers should need replacing, because go back a year from now on the same certificate of fitness, at that point, and in all of the annotations of what needed to be done a year ago, one of them was shock absorbers on the front need replacing. And that's when I said to the young guys, hey, I've actually replaced the shocks myself before on a different vehicle. I'm pretty sure I can handle it. Nothing to know about it, is it? And he's like, no, it's easy, man. And I said, well, if I do that job, can you just scrub that off? And like, because that's on here, road safe shock absorbers front ×2, $403, right? So my point is, when they told me this a year ago, I did the job. And so in that vehicle, there's, well, now 12 months or just less than a year. I haven't really been off road yet, maybe a couple of times, but nothing major. There is basically brand new Rancho dampener shock absorbers. And when I say dampener, they're the ones that you can change the power or the strength of the dampening. And so mine are on the most loosey-goose setting, so it does bounce around. It's kind of cool. It's like an old coach, like an old bus moving around. And I said it that way. And so when this guy, I won't name them because there's no point, but when this guy said, your shock absorbers need replacing, I was like, is there a communication breakdown here? Because that's exactly what they said last time. And then, of course, when he said that he's on his own, he doesn't have any staff now, has there been a slip in the like somehow it hasn't got through? Or is that just something they say to everybody? Your shock absorbers need replacing. Like, front shocks need replacing, and then they can just cash in $400 every time. Because he said he checked it, and he said, looking at them, they look like they need replacing. Those are his words. He said, I looked at them, they look like they need replacing. I was like, they look brand new, because they are. Well, they're 12 months old, but like I said, they haven't been been off-road a little bit. But so the question to you guys, and by the way, the failing of the brake test, I kind of understand that, because I have added a second. I have since the last year's same certificate of whatever that thing is, fitness. I've added 2 additional batteries, so I've now got 3 batteries, like old school, heavy fucking gymnasium style weight batteries. And I've got a 20-litre water container in there. So there's more weight in there than there was before. So I kind of get that the brake test failed. And there are ways to work on, like, changing the calipers or the diode or doing something to fix that. So that's not really a concern. But the front shock absorbers was a big... I actually sort of went... And I didn't say anything, but I came home and thought, well, hold on a second, man. If he thinks that they need replacing again, one of 2 things has happened. Either he didn't look and he just says it as matter of course for the sake of cashing in $400 each time for anybody, or he took a cursory glance at it and didn't realize that those shockies have a dampener setting. And if he had have checked, he would have noted that the dampener is all the way to one side. Therefore, it's either the tightest or the loosest. And if the thing's bouncing around like an old school caravan, probably the loosest. So my question to you guys, and this is why I wanted to pitch this out to all of you, is that a mechanic that you think I should continue going to? If there's a discrepancy of dishonesty, or there's the potential for that to be dishonest? That's the question. Before you ask the question, tell him to fuck off and go back to the old mechanic. Hendrik, before you want to go on the big trip, you'd want new shocks and brakes for the big trip. Okay, you said that before you knew about that, yeah. So yeah. What's your take on that? Like, I mean, I'm not questioning anything else on here. Apparently, my rear brake light wasn't working, so he fixed that. He's going to flush the brake fluid, adjust proportional valve, renew the wiper blades on the front. Yeah. But imagine that, replace front shock absorbers. Dude, like, all he had to do was draw up my account and see that was literally on the year before. Dougski, hey, Gives and Givers. How you going, Doug? Good to see you, man. So yeah, that's the question. I think it's a good question. I don't know, like sometimes motor mechanics are, well, certainly with me, and I guess I've learned things in the past, or I've gotten better with motor mechanic. I understand more than I ever have before about how vehicles operate. Get me even 5 or 6 years ago, before I had Stevan, get me into a body shop, and I wouldn't know what the fuck you're talking about. And you could take me for a ride, and I'd be like, okay. Fix that. What is the Johnson rod, the Seinfeld gag? It needs a new Johnson rod. Okay. I don't know anything. I know more than I ever have done, and I know that I replaced the shockies because I did it myself. I heard most of that, Doug. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. What's your take on that, Doug? Because let me be clear. Not only are there other mechanics in that area, but I could just not, like, I don't have to go to this mechanic. There's one up the street. There's two up the street. There's the guy that did the rocker cover, the gaskets. He's up the street here. He's way more suitable for me to go to be completely frank. Instead of driving to Husky each time, but and then while you're thinking about an answer to that, Doug, let me tell you another side story here, which was my fault. So the battery, the main battery, the cranking battery in GoVan is kaput, is dead. And it happened as a coincidence when the vehicle went in for its rocker cover gasket replacement job, which is a big job. So as you would be aware, definitely H-Man and Doug and Netskis, you guys would all know that I had a bad series of issues with Stevan and battery drains. So Stevan would always have a flat battery, and I used to mitigate it by putting I had a solar panel that was in the sunroof permanently, and that would be like trickle feeding a charge back to the battery all the time. Because if you'd left it, and if I left it for 4 or 5 days, I could still start it. But if I left it for a week and a half, there's no way that thing would start. So I never had I always had issues with the battery in Stevan. And one of the most beautiful things about upgrading and getting GoVan, I never ever had any issue ever with starting it. So it was a little strange that when I first got the vehicle back from gasket replacement, there's a flat battery. I was like, what? A flat battery? Are you kidding me? And then he told me I had to put it on charge while it was in the shop. And he said I couldn't even drive that from where I parked it in the parking lot into the shop. So he had to because I parked it there overnight, and then I parked it there early hours of the morning. Sorry, I parked it there late at night, and then I walked home after a late night or whatever, and then he got there early in the morning and tried to drive it into the shop, and he had to charge it at that point. I was like, what? I've never had a problem with the battery. So I don't want to faff around with it. I've tried, and I saw in the chat, Netskis, did you recover? I tried doing that. I have I have a battery charger which has the cycle to repair and all that stuff, and deep repair and all slow feed and all that stuff. I tried that, and so did he. Is it as many times as he's tried? I've tried, and it hasn't fixed it. And I know because I've used it multiple times in the last 3 weeks, and it's always been flat. So I thought, I'm just going to buy a new battery, right? Couple $100, done. I can install a battery. So I go to a website, or I go to the vehicle and I find the battery that's in the vehicle. I'll show you what it was, just so that you guys know I'm not faffing around. This was the battery, or this is the battery. That's the battery in GoVan. It's a calcium battery. Can you see that? 4703 calcium battery, CCA 850 RC 175 95 amp hour, blah 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 bing blah blang. So I went and searched up that model, and it's a company called Atomic Batteries or something, and yeah, I found a place that no, it has to be 200 amp in minutes. It's heavy duty charge rate used for starting vehicles. Okay. So yeah, okay. So I have done all that, and the mechanic tried fixing it as well. So anyway, I bought a new battery. Now I went on websites and found which ones deliver and best shipping cost and blah blah blah. Found a place that shipped out pretty good cost, $180 as opposed to about, dude, in battery world they wanted the equivalent battery $320. So what? Wait, that's way dearer. Anyway, bought it online, and it shipped, and it arrived here yesterday, and I went to go and install it today, and get this. This is my fault. It's not a 4703, the one I got. The one that came is a 4704. And you might say, okay, you got an upgrade, dude. You got the next model up. Woo, woo, woo. Good stuff. That's always good, right? Not always. The reason the 4704 is not as good as the 4703 is because the polarity is the other way around. So where positive is negative, and where negative is positive. And so what that means in a tight little van like GoVan, there's no room to wiggle. There's no room to wiggle. The new one went in, and of course I went to swap the cables around because they're backwards. I was like, dude, these cables aren't gonna reach. Of course they're not. They're so tight. And so I undid all the cable ties and tried to get as much play as I could. The negative terminal, the negative cable going to the negative terminal, can you believe, not only does it not reach, it doesn't reach because it's got an earth. So it goes from the battery terminal down a little run about that long, and then it gets literally not just an earth, but some fuse box clamped to the edge of the vehicle, to the chassis, which I understand would be an earth and something else, and it's in there with a bunch of other cables. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I can't use that battery. So immediately I rang up the company and said, dudes, you sent me the wrong model. You sent me the 4704. I ordered the 4703. And he's with me. He's like, oh, really? Okay. Here's your order. And on the order, like on the order, it doesn't actually say 4703 or 4704. It just says the brand of the battery and the amp hour and all that other stuff. And I said, okay, so I'm not seeing any indicator of which one it is on the order form, but I know from your website that I would not have ordered the other one. Like to be completely honest, I didn't even know there was other ones. I thought that's the one because I took that photo and I went searching for a 4703 calcium battery, and that's what came up with the atomic battery, blah, 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 blah. So I didn't see that and start searching for a 4704. Why would I do that? I didn't even know that was a thing. So I'm on a website where when you search for this item, you didn't get this item. You actually got the next one. And when I saw that, because I'm here with him on the phone, I was like, actually, his name was Gary. I was like, Gary, I'm on your website now, and I can see that your website lists this battery as the 4704, not the 4703. And I said, however, I didn't see that, and you only see it in the SKU number. It's not in the description of the, well, it's way down in the specifics of the battery at the bottom of the page, but it's not in the title of the battery. It's not in the main details of the battery. It's only in the specifics way down way and the SKU number. Buried amongst other numbers, it does say 4704 in the SKU. And so I said to him, man, all right, this looks like user error, like on my behalf. And I said, just to be frank though, like maybe if this is an issue, or it's not probably an issue because probably nobody else has ever done it, but to make it easier, it might benefit everybody if the fucking number was in the actual battery, like the title of the battery, atomic battery calcium 4704 or 4703. Because I didn't, like I said, I didn't search 4704. I searched 4703 and this came up. And while he was talking to me, I was like, Wayback Machine. I thought they'd changed the website. I was like, nah, dude, I wouldn't. How could I have done it that badly, right? I would have seen it. And I'm on the Wayback Machine looking for and of course this page hasn't been archived. And I'm like, fuck. So I was like, yeah, you know what, man, it's my fault. It's my fault. Okay, so I messed up there. So and there's always a solution, right? Someone once said, there's always a silver lining to every cloud. You've just got to look past the rain. I said that a long time ago. And I said it in that voice too on a song called Silver Lining by That Some. And the silver lining, or it's probably a bad analogy, but the way around this was this. What is this? This is an extension which you can just go onto the terminal, and then you get a little bit more playroom to attach the other one to it where it would normally go. So there's always a solution, right? So suck dog's balls. I've got a 4704 and I paid for a 4703 and I got really angry. I tell you what, I got caught the other day actually. I don't know if my neighbors watch this, but I was on. Oh, this is a side story, but it's equally as how angry as I was today. I was working on GoVan the other day of doing something, and I'm in the garage. The door's open. It's a dead still afternoon, no wind, nothing. And I'm doing something, and it didn't work, and I got so angry, like embarrassingly angry. Like if you had have seen it, and somebody did, you would have been like, "Oh, that guy's cringe. Look how angry that guy is. What is he got? Got a spanner in his hand? He's that angry about something? I don't even know what it was. Like a cable tie didn't connect or something. It was something. It's so stupid. Like I'm underslept. I'm tired. I had the stitches in. And I just was so fucking angry. And I'm cussing and hissing and kicking shit. And as I walked around to do something, I just see my neighbor Wendy walk past, and she's like, "Hey, Benon." I'm like, "Oh, hey, Wendy." And I'm like, as I'm saying, "Hey," I'm like, "I can't get out of this." And I'm like, you saw that, didn't you? You caught it. You saw how angry I was. And she's like, "Oh no, I didn't see anything." And I was like, yes, you did. It was pretty embarrassing. And that's what I was like this morning when I first put that battery up, because batteries are heavy, right? Like super heavy. So it's hard work to get it off the ground, and then you got to get it up over the fucking chassis of the vehicle, and you got to angle it down. There's all cables in the way, and you're trying to, and then you got to get there. And I get it in there, and I'm looking at it, and I'm going, dude, these terminals are over that side, and that's black and that's red. That should be the other way. And I'm like, the fuck? And then I got my phone out, and I'm like, this is 4703. That's 4704. And that's when I was like, fuck. I immediately ran up, checked my order. I got on my computer. I was like, check the order. I'm like, doesn't say anywhere 4703 or 4704. So I was like, fucking website. I'm slapping my hand down. And then I rang the guys, and he's like, no. And that's why I'm on the Wayback Machine going, yeah, you guys changed. I'm like, they changed the website. You know, they must have. I can't have made a mistake. I never make mistakes. It's not me. I didn't do it. I'm on the Wayback Machine, and it's like, this page has not been archived. I'm like, all right, it's me. I did it. Yeah, it's my fault. So, but yeah, this is a pretty nifty little solution, right? All I needed was a little bit of extra play. So this now is going to reach easily, and I'll have a clean, tidy cable run. You know what would be better if this wasn't blue though? This should be red because it's going to come from the positive terminal. I guess I could tape it up with red tape. Yeah, I might just tape it with red. Yeah. Anyway, how have you been? So back up in the chit chat. Steve Ann did not like batteries. He would have made a really bad EV. Right, he would have, wouldn't he? Yeah. So what are you talking about, Netskis? It has to be a 200 amp hour minimum. Is that the battery repair cycle? No room for the wiggles. I know what that's like. Shout out to Wendy. Shout out. Yeah, she saw, man. She's so nice though. She's like, I didn't see anything. And I'm like, I'm there. You could still hear the echo of the swearing, the fucking cussing, just you could hear it echoing. And she's like, no, I didn't see anything. Could you not turn the battery around? Well, that's what I did, Netskis. Of course, that's the very first thing I did was turn the battery around. But that's why I said the negative terminal, not the one that's going to go with this, but the negative terminal, the cable that goes to the negative terminal is so tight because it's an earth with, and it's not just an earth where you could just unscrew it and reposition the earth. It's an earth with some other shit in there. Like there's a whole bunch of other cable runs and shit going into it, and I don't even know what that is. So if I took that out, there's no way I could put that back in and make it work. So I'm guided. I'm guided by a tiny amount of negative terminal wire. So if I put the battery back the right way, the negative terminal will reach, but then there's a clusterfuck. It's the only way to describe it. There's a clusterfuck of other things on the positive wire, like big fuse boxes. There's a fuse box, or there's a fuse thing that only sits, like if this is the battery, there's a fuse box that sits quite literally. Actually, this is pretty damn good way to describe it. It's literally, this is how it is right now. Battery, terminal right on the edge, and then this thing bends like hardcore down, and in this gap, right where this goes like right angle down, right there's a massive box of shit, like stuff that only goes in that space. And so now, instead of this terminal attaching on the left-hand side of the battery, the terminal is going to have to attach from that side, and that's why this extra run will come in play perfectly. So yeah, giddy up. Dougski, what's in the can? Yeah, this is what I just came back from reviewing up at Crookie's. This is called Lost Scott. It's a blended whiskey and cola, and I don't know who makes it. It's just, well, I know it's Pinnacle Beverage or Pinnacle Drinks, but I don't know. I don't know who Lost Scott is, what company it is. It has to be done in stages. I get you on the old leads. Yeah. So, that's funny. I had a good time. Resolution? Resolved. Not quite resolved yet, but I'll be able to resolve it. There's the joys, right? The joys of working on a vehicle. Hey, while you guys are here, this is my new Be Right Back scene. This is what I'm going to roll whenever I need to go to the bathroom. Check this. Do you guys remember when that happened? That was at Tattoo's place. That's a legitimate not OBS Live View Solo mistake. That's an encoding error. Yeah, I literally grabbed that from a stream. I like it, and it's annoying. Yeah, nah, Hendrik, you don't like it? I like it. The other thing that I could do is just roll any other video that interjection. What other interjection videos have I got here? Hold on a second. Nice can design. Yeah, it's like a big fat yak, isn't it? Or is that a bull? I think it's a yak. Let me just see what other videos I've got here. I've got other ones that I could roll. What's this one? Oh no. What's... No. Okay. I'm just looking at what I've got here. Old videos. Now I can smell that dog shit. It's like freshly mowed dog shit. My mum was wet dog poop, Hendrik. Wet dog poop.
I want to mow the lawn and go fishing.
No. Oh, I've got. Oh, dude, I got heaps of stuff here. Wow. What the crikey? Huh. I'm just looking. I'm not gonna. Okay, sorry. I'm getting distracted here. Moist dog shit is the worst. I was listening to a podcast today. Oh no, I got to tell you some updates. So you want to know? You want to know the pitch updates? My dog had a spew outside yesterday. Guess who stood in it? Ah, shit! You really stood in it. Dalsky, hey, Dalsky, what's cracking, man? How you doing, dude? Do you guys want to know the pitch updates? I got a little, not much, but a little interesting pitch update. Also, I probably should ask some suggestions or some thoughts and prayers. I think okay, so the first update is still the video is sitting on 0 views for H3 podcast, so they haven't seen the video. The most recent thing is that I did tweet at them and I said, "Hey, what's the best way to contact you?" And it never got a response. So I guess the question. Let me show you what my. Where's my YouTube machine? Let me show you just so that you guys can see it in my studio, my YouTube studio machine. I'll show you guys the videos so you can see that they still haven't had a view. So if we go over here, Skins. So down here, can you see that? Make that larger. Down here, unlisted for H3 podcast, or H3 crew here. It's on hover, so it disappears, but still has 0 views. So no views. And so what I did, as you are aware, or as you may or may not be aware, I did, Dale, I don't know if you knew this, but I did shoot individual videos for all 13 or 14 companies that we all decided to pitch to. Let me read out who the pitches were to. And I know that you suggested I do that, and I poo-pooed it, but I ended up doing it anyway. So I did individual pitch videos to 5 Hour Energy, Adventure Kings, Aerogard, Feastables, G Fuel, Kick-Ass Products, Kick, Mitch Dowd, On Running, Red Bull, REI, Snowies, Starlink, and Tourism NT. So I did individual pitch videos for all of those, as you suggested. Oh, by the way, here is I didn't even know I had this still open, but here is the website where it doesn't mention the brand or the 407 or 4704 atomic 12 volt 95 amp hour CC 850 battery, and over here on the SKU, that's where it says 4704, not 4703, right there. And then it also says it again down here somewhere in the specifics part number. Yeah. So that's Anyway, that's just proof of my umness. And then, there's me on the Wayback Machine as well. There's me on the Wayback Machine trying to find it. No URL has been captured for this URL prefix. So I was like, bugger. What was I saying? Fuck. Oh, yeah. So I sent out these individual pitches, and okay, it's been a week or so since those pitches went out. Out of all those 14 companies, who do you think watched it? Do you remember who they were? I'll read them out again, and you try to tell me which company. I'll just spoiler alert it for you. Only one video has been watched. Only one company has watched it. I'll read out the companies again. 5 Hour Energy, Adventure Kings, Aerogard, Feastables, G Fuel, Kick-Ass Products, Kick.com, Mitch Dowd, On Running, Red Bull, REI, Snowies, Starlink, and Tourism NT. Hendrik, can I get a trumpet for the H-Man? Out of all those videos, check this out. The only one that's been looked at, okay, so here we see all the videos. Pitch 5 Hour Energy, Pitch Adventure Kings, Pitch Aeroguard, Pitch Feastables, Pitch G Fuel, Pitch Kick-Ass Products, Pitch Kick, Pitch Mitch Dowd, Pitch On Running, Pitch Red Bull, Pitch REI, Pitch Snowies, Pitch Starlink, Pitch Tourism NT. Over here on this side, all of them have 0 views except Kick. Kick actually watched it. So Kick, thank you for watching it. What are your thoughts? Thoughts and prayers? Kick watched it. No one else watched it. And I got a response from Adventure Kings. They said, oh, you sent this through to the wrong people. Here is its sponsor's address. Send it to those guys. I did. Nobody watched it. Put a green sticker on the van. Yeah, I mean, look, so that means someone at Kick received my pitch and had the fortitude to actually click it, at least. That's all, like, that's all I really want. Well, that's not true. I want the sponsorship. Bing, of course. But if okay, so right now, if I don't hear anything back from Kick, I can cross that off the list and say, okay, they saw it. They went, we're not going to be involved, and move on. But when it sits in this limbo area, when the email's gone out, and in the H3 podcast instance, it went out to all 3 of their known, or both of their known email addresses, and one that kind of isn't well, it's well known but not public. And I tweeted at them. So, and it hasn't been viewed. So my point is, I'd rather it get viewed and then nothing than not get a view. That's pretty good if Kick liked it. No. They didn't say, well, we don't know what they thought of it. We don't. I'm assuming they didn't like it because I haven't had any, there's been no communication aside from here it is. Dale, one main issue is you don't generate large viewers streams. I know, yeah. Stream numbers, yeah. What's gonna happen is I'm doing it myself. And you know I will, right? It might not be Starlink, it might just be 4G. But you know I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna let anything stop me. I don't care if no one, and by the way, even if Marty doesn't come, I'm just saying, I'm still doing it. You will compete with SoWeQ. Yeah, true, yeah. My G, he's not getting the large amount of views he does on Kick, on Twitch. Okay. Yo, what's up, Redoc? What's up, Redox? Gibbs my neighbor? Gibbs my neighbor? How am I your neighbor, dude? Not that I don't want to be your neighbor, but Marty needs to get his shit together. Haven't heard from him all week. I mean, we talk, we VR, we voice record quite often, but dude, it's the end of May. April, May, June's next. June is next, dude. June, July, August. We're going to go in late August. Everyone's my neighbor. We're all one. I like that, Redox. And you're dead set correct. Yes, I should have seen that. You are speaking of a global planet of which we're all members, and therefore we can look left, we can look right, left and right, and we can all be one together. Neighborhood. I like it. Like the skate video you posted. Yeah, thanks, Redox. Yeah, we're getting through what he's referring to there. If you're not familiar, I've been posting actually since my YouTube channel started 8 years ago. I've done many different sort of projects, if you like concepts and different video ideas. The one thing that is consistent from the very beginning and hasn't changed, including the intro and outro, is the From the Vault Friday videos. Every Friday at midnight, Australian Eastern time, I put a video up from my archives, from all this archiving, all these old either 8mm or digital 8 or DV, not DV cam, DV, mini DV, and VHS, all that. That's all stuff that I filmed when I was younger, and I'm working chronologically, timeline-wise through them, and basically I've got footage there that'll probably outlive me, realistically, if I'm only posting once a week in that sort of thing. So right now we're in 1996, and the journey is when I left home. So I left home from Sydney and I drove from the east coast of Australia to the west coast, which is about 5,000 kilometers. And I did it in like 16 days. I took my time. I went, hung out in Melbourne with some old mates, went skateboarding, just partying, having some of it won't be suitable, but some of it will be. So, and what Redox is referring to, there's a couple of skate clips there from some old school skate parks. The shed, the shed in Cranbourne, those guys still exist. And when they saw that video on Facebook, they reposted it. So I think it's Renton, I think, is behind the shed. I don't know if you guys, anybody that's in skateboarding will know Renton, but I think he's the one behind the shed. Is that right? Renton? Yeah, the shed, right? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so they reposted it. He's an old school vert skater from way back when, still ripping to this day, and also head judge of skateboarding at the Olympics. So pretty cool. You should go out skating again, Redox. Well, I don't know if you knew my story. If you don't know it, I'm happy to tell it because I'm having a whiskey here. But everybody else knows the story. I can tell it if you want. If you want me to, though. Dale, I'm surprised that those tapes haven't degenerated to the point where they're unwatchable. Some of them did, and I've digitized them all now. In the last, say, 4 years, I've been kind of digitizing them like on an ongoing process. They're all done now, but there were some tapes that were unwatchable. And man, I didn't know you could do this. I mean, why couldn't you? It's old school film. When the parts when the tapes were messing up, some of the tapes snapped. And so I actually physically opened the cassette mechanism. It's got a little itsy bitsy screwdriver set. Undid all the little screws, took the tapes out, cut the bits out that were messed up, and sticky taped it back together, and it worked. So maybe I lost like 3 seconds of footage, but then the tape kept running. So Drumzilla, yo, what's up, Drumzilla? What? How you doing, man? Yo, James. By the way, I had a funny. Can I tell this? Should I tell this? I'm going to tell it anyway. It's a little bit embarrassing, I suppose. I don't know. I'll get back to that conversation, Redox, about skating. But so I had a dream. This is a little bit embarrassing, I suppose. I don't know how embarrassing this is. It's not really embarrassing. It's just whatever. But so, Dale, you recall when we were chatting the other day on stream when you called in. And we had a really succinct, very quick conversation. It didn't last for 7.5 hours, and it wasn't rambling. I wasn't off my tits drunk, and neither were you. It was very, very clear and concise. Yeah, that stream, that one. Well, I remember in that stream somewhere when we were talking about crypto for about 1.5 minutes, because it didn't last for an hour and a half, and I didn't just keep hammering one point. It was a very quick conversation. We touched on crypto for a very small time, but I do recall you were saying something like, I hope Benon retires millionaire and lives happily ever after on his Hex and Pulse winnings. And what that must have implanted itself in my head, because I had a dream the other night where that happened, and I became there's a phrase that gets thrown around the Hex community quite a lot called sudden wealth syndrome. And the concept is, what would you do if you became stupidly wealthy, virtually overnight, or in the course of a few days? You've gone from, driving a shuttle bus to the airport to owning an airport kind of thing. And so in my dream, it is a bit embarrassing, and it's a bit stupid. Drumzilla will get a kick out of this. My dream was that I paid for Tracer to record a new album and then tour it. And I paid for all of my friends to come out on the tour. So I paid for Drumzilla for all you dudes to come and to play all the shows. And so we just went on this massive European tour. So the dream went on forever, because we not only had a new album, but we had to record it. So there had to be like rehearsal sessions, and it had to all get written and tracked and then recorded. And I paid for everything. And it was like it's like I became a record company, and I said, "Hey Tracer, here's an advance, but it's actually not an advance because I'm just going to pay for it, and I just want to do it because I have all this money from this crypto shit, and I don't really know what to do with it, and money's to be spent, and the reason that the band stopped was because of no money. So here's money. So now the band can start again." That was and when I woke up, I was like, oh, it's not real. It's only a dream. Not only is the money not real, but the Tracer thing. And I was like, double whammy. Shit. Yeah. And in the dream, it was really clear. I dream. I've always dreamed very vividly, but this dream was like super vivid. Where I had I flew from Sydney to Adelaide just to sit down with Dre and Mike and Jet, and they didn't know what I was there for. And we sat in this room. I can't remember. It wasn't very specific. It wasn't a rehearsal room, but it was just a small room, not a bar or something, just a room somewhere. And I sat down and they were like, what's up, Ben? What are you doing here? Like, well, I don't know if you guys heard, but I got a lot of money all of a sudden. I got lucky with crypto, and yeah, do you dudes want to make an album? And they're like, and then in the dream, Mike's like, well, what? Yeah, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, I want to finance it. And they were just like, you want to do what? And I'm like, I want to finance an album and a tour, and I want all of our friends involved. I'm just going to pay for it. And they were like, I was like, you think about it for a little while. And they're like, no, we're doing it. It was like, we're not thinking any longer. We're doing it. Pretty funny, eh? Is that embarrassing? Is that an embarrassing dream? What's embarrassing about it was when I woke up and when it dawned on me that both of those things were not real. I was like, fuck. No winnings in crypto and no new Tracer music, no tours. Dale, I'm never calling in again. Nope. The Hex community must be asleep, still believing in the project. Well, I'm deep in Hex. I tell you now, I'm deep in. Awesome, Drumzilla. Yeah, and that's what I'm like in that dream. It was like it's not just for the European, it's for everybody. So all the bands are coming on. Like King of the North, they're coming. We're gonna have like a mini festival every night where all the bands can play. You'd be better off spending money on cocaine and hookers instead of on Hex. Okay. The ETH ETF has been approved. I did see that. And you know what's pumping right now? Man, I don't know if you guys have any of this in your crypto portfolios. What's pamping right now? Okay, it's not. Oh no, shit, it is. Pepe. I have a 40,000 Pepe coin, and it's been up like 20%. It's up now 2.5% over the day, but Pepe went from being my 40,287. Dude, is that 40 million? 40,287,993. 1,000, 10,000, 200,000. How much is this number, dudes? This is why I can't finance a Tracer tour or an album, because I don't even know how money works. Tell me what this number is in chat. Hold on a second. Okay, can you see that? You can't see it, can you? I'll just search for that number, and then I'll zoom in on it. Why can't I zoom in on that? Shit. Why let me zoom in on the webpage? What the fuck? Okay, I can't zoom in on that. You really suck balls. Hold on. Search again. Oh yeah, you can see it right there. What's numbers? Is that 40 billion? Is that 4 billion? There should be a... It's about Boeing. Yeah, 40k in Pepe. No. That's the amount of tokens I have. Bro, my dreams are very different to yours. Well, those are the dreams I can tell you about. Crazy how nature does that. I'll do it. That's great. Yeah. Funny dreams. Dales has dreams of living under a shitter with a leak. Oh shit. Laugh my ass off, not into scatology, even being part German. Oh shit. Everyone buy Pepe, we're all going to get rich. So what is that number? Is that number, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 40 billion, right? I've got 40. How did I get 40 billion Pepe coins? Either way, if that thing moons, it's 40 million? Okay. Thank you, Hendrik. Thank you. If that thing moons, I'll buy everyone's new album. I'll finance everybody to make an album. Even non-musicians can be like, I'll make an album. How much do you need? Take it. Just go and pick up a triangle. I'll finance you to record an album with only the instrument known as the triangle, and then I want you to tour it. You have to tour it. You can't just, it's not just an album, you got to tour on it. I want to see shows where you play just one triangle. So that happened. What were we waffling on about? Probably the trip, the Uluru trip. Man, I saw some pretty interesting conversation on Facebook Machine about Uluru. Someone posted, isn't it strange how like even just the most subtle thing can generate like gnarly discussion. So someone posted a photo of Uluru and the caption was something like, hard to deny the wondrous rock that this is. Nothing political or nothing like sort of not stirring the pot or anything. So for those that aren't Australian, the rock used to be called Ayers Rock. I guess it was called that from the white person who found it and named it originally Ayers Rock, Ayres, Ayers Rock. And then as we've become like really apologetic to native Australians, we've gone back to calling it what they called it, which apparently was Uluru. So the earliest recorded name for that rock is Uluru. What it was known before Aboriginals, nobody knows, but we've gone back enough in history to say that it should be called Uluru, not Ayers Rock. So he gets stripped of his title, and it's now called Uluru. Much like they're doing to everything in this country, everything is now the Aboriginal name, which is a little bit strange because most places are Aboriginal. Like, what are they going to rename Wollongong? They're going to rename Myola. They already are Aboriginal names. So that's aside from the point. But so someone posted this photo and said, didn't say Uluru, didn't say Ayers Rock, just said it's like stunning visuals of this great landmark in Australia. And then underneath it was just this fucking onslaught of like the one person that said Ayers Rock. I remember going there as a kid. The next person's like, you can't call it Ayers Rock. It's got to be known as Uluru. And they're like, when I went there, it was Ayers Rock. And they're like, doesn't matter. You got to call it by what it is. And it's like, but I'm remembering it in my memory. And they're like, nah, you're just some white colonizer. It's like, I was like 4 years of age when I went there. We climbed it. We were hanging off of it. And they're like, that's so offensive. I was like, fuck, man, look at the photo. Isn't it beautiful? Yet here we are arguing about what it's called. Like, get over it. Just enjoy it. Fucking hell. I imagine that person that wrote that comment about going there as a kid, they're like, I wish I had not said a thing. Yeah, it's crazy. Is there anything physically interesting about Ayers Rock? Some geology? That's a good question. I don't know. It's a big red rock. There ain't many others like it. It's one of a kind. Any magnetic qualities? I don't know, man. Brisbane is called Minjin. Is it really? And the other thing about the Aboriginal naming stuff, from what I understand, there's no one Aboriginal dialect. It's a mishmash. Like one tribe didn't speak the same as the next tribe. So some tribe that named Brisbane Minjin, the tribe that's down this way that knew about Brisbane wouldn't have known it as Minjin. They would have known it as something else. How do they pick which one it is? It's political correctness gone wrong. Yeah, I agree. Some people need to be offended. Fuck them. You probably have a welcome to Ayers Rock photo. I do. Mini Clint, how you doing? Most of these morons are just jealous of how successful people of European descent are. Yeah, I mean, and I guess I should be cognitive of that when I do my trip because, sorry, when Marty and I do our trip, I'm already talking about it as if he's not coming. He's going to come. He'll come. Just be prepared if he doesn't, though. Yeah, I don't really want to spark any of that kind of conversation when we're there. Like, I mean, it does kind of suck that we're not allowed to approach the rock. There's certain spots you can't even photograph it from. It's a bit silly. It's a bit silly. Like, you can't go over there. You can only do it from here. What are you, a rock band?
I'm not like some madman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
What are we like at a rock show where it's first 3 songs from the pit, no flash? Like it's the fucking it's a rock, man. It is rock and roll though. Getting back to the question, go back to the mechanic that let you change the suspension yourself. No, that is the same guy. That is the same guy, Netskis. That's the same dude. No, I think he must have misheard that. That is the same guy. Same guy, man. Yeah, how about that, hey? Maybe there'll be another rule where you can't shoot a live stream from the rock, you know? Has Aiden Ross been out there and terrorized some local businesses and we can't stream from there or something? Has that happened? You finally got my rock on comments. About damn time. Did you? What? I didn't even see you doing that, man. I didn't even see that happening. Rock on. I mean, that's an easy joke. You know why I didn't spot it? Because it's too obvious, dude. The obvious ones aren't the funniest, you know? You got to be more subtle. The other night, no, I missed them the other night. They went over my head the other night. Was that the night when we had the call in, or? I mean, I think I got a hall pass for that night, right? I mean, I don't think I was here. I don't think I was here. Redox, so the reason you don't skate anymore is because of mind goblins. What's a mind goblin? I'll tell the story, but first of all, I'm going to put on my It's getting cold back here. It's quite nice, man. It was perfect weather where I shot the video for this review. Perfect. There might be a drone ban there. I don't recall. Yeah, there is. There's a drone ban at you can't fly a drone at the rock. Oh, Netskis. Oh, Netskis and Redox firing up in my chat. So just quickly, the reason why I don't skateboard anymore, and it's been that way now for, I guess, 3 years, 4 years maybe. So I started skateboarding when I was 11, and I skateboarded consistently all the way through till 4 years ago, I guess. The bulk, or not the bulk, but the most serious I was ever for skateboarding, or the most serious is probably the wrong word, but when I was at my peak, that's probably a better way to explain it. Probably the years between 2003, 2004, 2003 through till 2010. The era of Adelaide and moving to Adelaide. I moved interstate because there was a better ramp. So the ramp we had, our local ramp, or not even a local ramp, but my only ramp, was Mona Vale. And Mona Vale was a good 60k round trip from where I lived in the Shire. I used to go out there every Friday? No. So I'd drive. So Friday nights I'd jam with Gav. My cousin lived in Glebe. So basically the city, so sort of halfway from where I was to Mona. So I'd drive in on a Friday night, loaded up with homebrews, and then me and Gav would jam Friday nights, and then I'd sleep in my van in his driveway, and then I'd drive from there to Mona to skate. then we'd come back and jam again, and then I'd drive back out on Sunday. Saturday, Sunday, and I got two skates in and 2 jams in. We did that for months, and that's when Adelaide West Beach vert ramp opened up. And when that opened up, there was an opening day competition, and I flew in to do that, to go down for that competition. And when I was there, I was like, dude, this ramp, this shit's on Mona. I'm going, hey. I got back to Sydney. I didn't have any reason to stay in Sydney, so I just moved to Adelaide, drove down to Adelaide, was homeless for about 3.5 weeks, living in my van, got a job at a restaurant and was living at the skate park. It was awesome. They were really good days, actually. And all that footage is coming, and it's probably going to be a long while till we get there, but I've got all that footage of those days. Drove to Adelaide, started a life there, skateboarded. I was working pizzas at this restaurant, and Lino, God bless his soul, he was such a good guy to work for. He's like, I know, because Friday nights were the big sessions. Friday night vert ramp sessions at West Beach, under lights, bands playing, loot was cranking out. Lino was like, I know you can't work Fridays because you're skateboarding. He said, but if you could come back after a skate, what time would you be able to get back to the restaurant? I'm like, really? You want me to do the day shift, then go and skate, and then come back and work the night service? He's like, yeah, well, Ante is here by himself, and I'm like, Lino, I'll do it for you, man. He's like, wicked. So I used to work, start at 10. At about 4:30, 5 o'clock, I'd finish. Lino would feed me, big Moroccan curry, awesome food. And then I'd take my bike and fang it from Glenelg to West Beach, and the lights would be on, and we'd be skateboarding, big session, like hardcore session, like a lot of crew would rock up, sometimes interstate crew, sometimes international crew would rock up, and the session would be on and bands are playing. And then it, like, after an hour or 2 hours, be like, I'm done. And then I have to fang it back from the skate park back to the Strand and help serve pizzas. It's awesome. It's awesome times. So yeah, that, I guess what I'm illustrating was that it was a big part of my life, big part. And then when I came back to Sydney after a relationship bust up in Adelaide, I closed the door on Adelaide in a way. The door's still open. James Drumzilla, the door's always still open, and I get back there quite a lot. And I always feel, I have a house there, so I'm still pretty well tied to that city as well, I guess, in a way. But I did skateboard still when I was back in Sydney. Not so much vert. Vert was kind of like, when I went to Adelaide, I went with an ambition, and the ambition was to eventually become a competent vert skateboarder. Whereas when I was younger and sort of kicking it with the crew, the Hapman style team, it was always, it's kind of hard to explain, but because of one person's influence, it was always thought vert is too difficult and you can never be a good vert skater because you never will be. And so there was always this put down sort of, it's pretty lame actually, because as soon as I got to Adelaide, the crew that were there, and these were guys that I was looking up to already. I had pictures on my walls of these dudes when I was a kid. Pat Rhodes, Simon Sack Reynolds, Matt Davis, all these crew there. They're all skating, and they're like, hey man, are you the guy that came down for the comp and now you're going to live here? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, here's my number. Whenever you want to go skating, call me. I'm like, Pat Rhodes just gave me his number? That's so cool, man. I had a little bit of a, like a bit of a stiffy, if you like, just because I knew who he was. Like, oh, man, that's cool. And so all this stuff, like all these tricks that were sort of like in my circle when we were younger, you can't. I mean, even saying that I tried to do a McTwist, if I had said that in my crew, I'd be taunted and heckled like, you can't do a McTwist, you fucking, what are you? I go to Adelaide and Rhodesy's like, have you ever tried to do a McTwist? And I'm like, I never have. And he's like, man, I'll teach you. Hey, let's try spinning them. We'll do it together. And there was a session there where I spun 540s. Okay, I did not twist it. I did not Mike McGill upside down, but I spun 540s. Didn't land a single one. Spotted the landing. Knew that it was there. Could have put it down. Didn't, but got close. And the point of that is that if I had have even said that to my guys, the crew, that it would have been taunted to the like fucking why don't you go back to skating your jump ramp? So I went to Adelaide and I skated vert because I wanted to be able to do front side and backside airs in a line, drop in, do a line of airs, and I did that. And the footage will come at some point from the Vert Fridays. I achieved my goals with vert skating, and had a fine time doing it. Met some really cool people, and then when I got back to Sydney, I was like, you know what, vert skating for me might have achieved its penultimate end, right? That I've done that. And then Shane Serena has his business. He's a ramp builder in Sydney. He's been involved in ramps for forever. Revolution, and then what was the original? ARD was first, then Revolution. Basically, he's a skate park builder, and he has the vert ramp that has been. So Tony Hawk has a. Does anybody know the name Tony Hawk? Put your hand up if you know who I'm talking about. Tony Hawk. So he has a vert ramp that is arguably the perfect vert ramp design, like the perfect dimensions. And Shane Serena with ARD, I think it was just at the end of ARD, built the exact same ramp, but only half of it. So it's not quite as wide as Hawk's ramp, but it's half the width. And that ramp was the ramp that's been touring the Big Day Out circuit forever, until the Big Day. Big Day Out's a festival in Australia that had a skateboarding component for many, not every year, but certainly near the ends that was a big component, and the beginning, and then there was a gap in the end. So his ramp is what's considered like world standard, and it was demountable and like when Shane wasn't using that ramp on tours or whatever, he'd store it in his warehouse out at a place out in Green Hills out back of Cornell. Anyway, at some point he decided, hey man, I'm just going to put this ramp up. I'm going to put it up and we can just skate it, like just the crew. When there's pros in town, they can come and hang out. We'll just skate it. So he put this ramp up. And so all of a sudden there's a vert ramp in Sydney in the Shire, and it's world class, and Shane Serena owns it. Hello, Shane, if you're watching on the Facebook machine. And I'm like, man, I'm going to skate vert again. And so we skated. There was another guy involved. There was a bit of sketchiness. That's right. Shane would be like, yeah, I'll fucking get you a key, man. You can, because it was all under lock and key. It was in a warehouse, outside of a warehouse, in the kind of like a little. It was a bit muddy actually, a bit grassy and muddy when it rained, but it was all under key and lock. He said, I'll get you a key, man. But the other guy, the other business partner, was like, no, you can only skate when we let you, kind of thing. So Shane was like, you go way back, we're old school, come on. But the other guy was like, no. So there was a bit of sketchiness, but it went on for a bunch of months. And then he threw a party. It was an Easter party or something, some celebration. And I'd already broken my elbow at a different skate park about 5 months earlier. I'd broken my elbow falling off on a quarter pipe. So not even a vert ramp, just a quarter pipe. And I'd fallen off backwards coming out of what's known as a 50-50, which is just a setup. It's a trick that you do on the way to another trick. So you use that trick to get speed to generate for the next trick. And by the way, if you fall off or if you eat shit on the 50-50, typically you'd fall forward. I fell back off the back of my board, and it was coming down the tranny, like I was pumping down the tranny, pumping for speed, and fell off the back and broke my leading elbow. It was bizarre. It was the weirdest slam. Really, really strange. And busted my elbow. So I was recovering. It got to the point where it was fully healed. And then Shane threw this party thing at this vert ramp. and all the crew were in town, all the vert skaters. By the way, who was there at that session, which is so sick that I got photos of him? Kieran Woolley. If you guys know anything about Australian skateboarding, Kieran Woolley is absolutely fucking on fire right now. And at that thing, he was about this big, and he was a little, like must have been about 9 or 8 or 9 or something, just this little kid. Even then he was like struggling to get up the tranny and hit the vert, but he was ripping, like under coping and just on coping. Anyway, I got photos of Kieran Woolley. By the way, if you watch the skateboarding in the Olympics, you'll definitely see Kieran Woolley representing Australia. Absolutely amazing. From up the road here, from up in Kiama. Anyway, at that event, I took another slam, and again, it was an equally as lame slam. Now get this, you're going to laugh, and I laugh at this. I took a slam where I didn't break my elbow, but I dislocated it, the same one, dropping in. Not even in a run, just dropping in. I dropped in, and that's just something that if you watch my From the Vault Fridays, you'll see the first time I dropped in was 1991 or something. So it's kind of hard to explain to someone who might not skateboard, but dropping in is just like waking up. It's not even something that you consider that it isn't anything. It's like rolling. That's not even a thing. And I dropped in and I fell off again. I fell off behind my board. So I didn't slam into the oncoming wall. I didn't wobble and slide off. I fell off behind my board. So when that happened, I was like, dude, that's twice now. That's twice when my balance and my body is telling me that you're too far forward, so lean back, and then you're off. And I busted up my elbow. A terrible triad injury is what it was actually called. And I had to make a decision. I was like, okay, what's going on here? Like, my body is literally, it's telling me, it's saying, dude, enough, man. You've done it now. You have to say, there's no more skateboarding. And me being the German I am, like everything is this and that, it's got to be very concise. I said to myself, if I can't skateboard, if I can't ride vert, I'm not skateboarding. Like I'm not going to spend my later years kick turning under the lip at a fucking mini ramp. If I'm skateboarding, I'm skating vert, and I'm skating vert, which is the only thing I want to do. And so when that happened, I was like, you know what? If I do this, I've got to pull this band-aid off and never look back. And I've got to stop, like, period. And so I did. I haven't skateboarded since that day. Not once. And that's been it's got to be close to 5 years now. Yeah. Do I consider myself a skateboarder? Yes. Probably will always be a skateboarder. Do I skateboard? No. Do I still own my board and pads? Of course I do. Pads and helmet and an old school skateboard. Man, I gotta take a slash. Be right back. What's gonna come up now? Is it this one? I don't know what that countdown is. That's the wrong countdown. Let me just fix that. It's taking a slash video. Yeah, we changed this before, but I've definitely got to take a slash here. And I'll just I know what that is. That's a minute countdown. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys I'm gonna give you this one. I'll be right back. Isn't that's the most obnoxious "be right back" scene? Hey, for those that don't know, that is the sound, or that is the vision that happened once on a stream, and we clipped it. So that's just me being stupid. There was oh yeah, once you get me started talking about skateboarding, I could probably go on with this forever. But I remember there's a guy Mooney, Quentin Robinson. Quentin, if you're watching on Facebook, I hope you're doing well, dude. He's known as his nickname was Mooney. He had a big head. It's kind of strange. He's a little. If I didn't know it at the time because I didn't watch the show, but he looks a little bit like Stewie from Family Guy. No. Fuck, what? He doesn't look like that. That's the. I didn't mean he looks like Stewie. I meant if he has a moon head, big moon head, more like Carl Pilkington from An Idiot Abroad. But anyway, so he was pretty damn keen with the vert thing in Adelaide, like I was, and I remember we used to skate together quite a lot, and we had a system or a thing that, and it was like, dude, and we'd get to the ramp. And we'd pad up. We'd do a couple of fakies and just get our legs warm. Then we'd go up to the top, pad up. So climb the stairs, pad up. And we had a system where it's like, you have to do a backside air and land it on the first go. And this is it. This is the first time you're riding today, aside from a few fakies to get your legs warm. You got to drop in and do a backside air. And man, me and him, we would kill ourselves on that mission, because it'd be like, all right, Mooney, who's going to go first? And I'll be like, I feel good, I'll go first. And I'd drop in. And if I made it, which sometimes I did, I'd be like, dude, you have to land this. And they drop me, I'll be like, do it. And if he didn't do it, I'd be like, fuck. And then he'd be like, fuck. And the whole session would be ruined. But if he did it, then the session was on. And we'd be like, once you make that first one, and it's the first time you try it, because you can do it. Like, once you've learned a trick and you know exactly where your board and your body needs to be, you can almost do it like at the flip of a switch. Sometimes it's a bit different, and if it's windy, but what we found was if you didn't make that first one, the session's fucked. Yeah. So we had a fun time with that. And then I remember learning Fakie Ollie Stalefish. That was a good day. Jake Brown was in town that night. Jake Brown. Oh, dude, you guys all know who Jake Brown is, right? Does anybody in the chat not know who Jake Brown is? Everybody knows who this guy is, right? I just want to preface this before I go on. But so Jake, I'm waiting for latency. But does anybody not know who Jake Brown is? I should bring it up while we're here. Sorry, no, Doug. Okay, you don't. Okay, cool. So let me show you who Jake Brown is. Let me just go to YouTube. Oh, I'm not on. Flo doesn't know. Okay, let me just go to YouTube. I'm on my studio. Just studio. Go to YouTube machine. Me either. Okay, you don't know who he is. Okay. What? Why doesn't this come up with YouTube? My fingers are all over the place. Just go to YouTube. Okay. Just search. Okay, this is who Jake Brown is.
20 to a big 540, and if he hits that, he's got his backup plan covered.
There's 720. Oh, he's gone! Oh, kidding me!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh man, that was the heaviest slam we've ever seen.
Oh my God!
Wow, I can't believe he made a 720.
So that's what's known as plugging, and that's probably the biggest plug that's ever been done. And he survived it. Possibly Redox, possibly the gnarliest slam of all time. Chris Miller's slam probably rivals it. Oh shit. Okay, I'll let you guys talk about that. But so Jake Brown is a Nulla boy. Actually, the history of Jake Brown originates in Adelaide. Did you know that? He's actually from Adelaide, but he moved as a young boy to Sydney, or the Shire, to Cronulla, Anyway, he's a guy that when we were young was ripping. Obviously, like he's Australian. I should have mentioned that. So he lives in the States these days, but. So he was already blazing both senses of the word. He was a big pothead, but a ripping skateboarder. And whenever he would be anywhere, it'd be like just sit back and watch. It was incredible, like insanely talented at such a young age. Anyway, so he turned up one night in Adelaide at West Beach. There was some. What was the? There was something on. I can't remember what it was. It was some event, probably Nitro Circus or something like that. And he turned up, and it was like he was there. Trevor Ward was in town. Trevor Ward from Queensland. He was in town. Renton Miller was in town. Everybody was in town for this thing, and the word was out that there's a session on at West Beach. So let's all go down and skate. So when we got down there, Rhodesy, Sack, Mooney, Ben Chalmers, anyway, just the crew, we all rocked up there, and Renton was already busy doing something official with his whatever, blah, blah, blah. Trevor Ward was there, but not skateboarding. Jake Brown was there, but didn't have a skateboard, didn't have a board, didn't have pads. It's like, what? He's like, yeah, I get all my shit tomorrow or something for the event. I guess he has his own setup that the sponsor gives him. It's always the same, so he didn't have it. So, and we're at the ramp, and it's windy as shit. I remember that night. It was like, and by the way, it was quite windy there a lot. So that night it was like, this is sort of sucks. We tried to have a bit of a skate and like hang out for a while and just chew the fat and whatever. And I guess it was just Rhodesy and me and Mooney skating, and no one, because Jake didn't have a board. But when we're all sitting on the platform just chatting, and then Jake just says, "Can I borrow a board?" And he gets I don't know who, I think it might have been Rhodesy's board. He dropped in and skated that ramp for the first time he's ever touched it. This is his maiden ride on that ramp. He had no pads. He had someone else's board. It was windy as shit and a cold night. And he did a line on that run that is better than anything that I've ever done, and anything that anybody else aside from Rhodesy has ever done on that ramp. It was including stuff like backside tail slides, backside lip slide, like big long backside lip slide. He did 360 varial. He did just super slick styling frontside ollies, like just the gnarliest cruising ollie, backside ollie, tail grabs. And all of it was in one go, and it was the only run he did, and it was on someone else's board. And me and Mooney just went, fuck. I mean, what on earth did we just see? And we're like, imagine he had his own board and he had his pads. We would have been privy to like the best demo ever. But it was just one run, and then we went to the bar. What's the bar called down there on the marina? I can't remember. Anyway, we went to a bar and just got trashed. And it was at that night, or at that night when we were the pier, Drumzilla. Thank you, man. The pier, right? That's it. The pier. Yeah. Thank you, dude. It's good having someone from town in the chat there. Yeah, of course. Daleski, skateboarding is in the Olympics. Skateboarding is, but vert skating is not. It's just park and street. But we went to this bar, the pier, and we were chatting and talking and shooting the shit. And Trevor Ward said something to me, which I repeated to him years later at the Shane Serena's vert Easter party or whatever it was, when I busted up my elbow. So what Trevor Ward said to me, and to anybody that doesn't skate, you might not, this will just kind of go over your head, but we're just talking about it. And he's like, we're talking about skateboarding and skating, sort of like when you haven't got a crew in town and there's no one to G you up. And he's like, when Trevor Ward was sort of like pro, he was in Melbourne and he was skating Paran vert ramp, and he'd say, man, I'd skate Paran ramp regardless of what day it was, regardless of what hour it was, regardless of who was around. I'd just go there and start skating. And if someone turned up, the session would be on. If not, I'd just focus on something and do it and just do it and do it. And he's like, he said, I recall trying to learn half cabs. And a half cab, for those uninitiated, is basically you come up the ramp backwards and then you pop off the lip without grabbing your board. So it's an ollie, or it's an ollie of sorts, but you pop off the lip and you turn and you go back down backwards. So it's a setup trick. It's a setup trick for you to get speed to then hit the next wall and do a bigger trick from a fakie. So fakie is going backwards. So picture someone going backwards and then getting higher off the backwards by hitting the lip, getting air, and then coming back down and pumping harder and harder. And so he said to me, I would skate Paran for an hour and I'd just do half cabs for half an hour. I'd just be half cab, half cab, half cab, multiples. And he said the reason I do it is so that then in a competition, when I came out of a trick to fakie and I was super sketchy, I know I can do a half cab and nail it every single time because I've done them repeatedly. He told me that, and oh man, I should bring it up. I should find it. I'll find it, because I then at this incident demo, this party where I fucked my elbow up, I said to Trevor Ward, hey man, you might not remember this conversation, but get this. And I said, you told me in 2004 or whatever it was, in Adelaide at the pier, you said you would skate Paran by yourself and you do like hundreds of half cabs just repeatedly so that you could get it without having to worry about it in a competition. And then he said, did I? He said, that sounds like something I'd say. And he goes, how about we test it? And he dropped in, and I've got it on footage. I'll show it to you. He dropped in and he did something, a fakie rock, half cab rock the fakie, and did a half cab. It was a bit sketchy, but he did it. And he's like, told you, it's been 10 years and I can still do half cabs with my eyes closed. Let's find that footage because it's in here. It's in my channel somewhere. I'll be able to find it by going to my channel and searching up. We found this. You know what? We couldn't find this one time before, but it's under. Yeah, it's in here. No, it's not. High speed sync. I gotta pee again. There it is. It's in here, surely. I'll just skip forward to seeing this. This was the day, but this, you might even see Kieran Woolley in this footage here. Yeah, all the crew. Look at Luxford with his Ugg boots on. That's Kieran Woolley right there, dudes. This guy here, absolute shredder. You know what? Can we watch this? Can we watch this whole vlog? Because it's in here, and you'll see Trevor Ward do his half cab. I've got to take another slash though, so enjoy this. I know that there's some fighting going on in the chat. I'm going to let you guys fight, and I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to ignore you again. By the way, this conversation, I'm glad that we're on YouTube, aren't we? Yeah, we're on YouTube still. I'm going to keep this stream because there's a couple of stories in here that are worth like documenting. The mechanic story, the skateboarding story. You know what I'm going to do? Can someone put in the chat exclamation drink? I'm pouring myself another drink. More ice cubes. Thank you, Daleskins. I can mimic that in real time. Exclamation pour. Hendrik forgot the exclamation. Oh, that reminds me. Thank you, Netskis. Tomorrow, special Jack stream. It's been 10 weeks. That guy's getting open tomorrow. What's the mechanic story? Oh, Drumzilla, it's too detailed to go back into. It was a question I asked the stream.
I wrote this script.
Oh, I wrote that script. Let's take a look at this. So in this vlog, there is this conversation about half cabs and Trevor Ward doing one. Check this out. Old school.
Hello the internet. It is Sunday the 21st of May 2017. We're here in Kernel
21st of May? We're almost on that. That's only a few days before now.
for the Carnage in Kernel. It's a private event on a private vert ramp that Shane's throwing. We got Melbourne crew, we got Brisbane crew, we got Sydney.
Heavyweight, Paul Baker, Shane Serena, Cluey, Simon Haswell, Jimmy Beck rips, me and Luxford. Can you consider that I'm in the same division as Adam Luxford? Get out of here.
Crew. We got all kinds of young crew ripping hard. I'm in a bit of a pickle of a conundrum because I'm going to skate today, but I'm also going to film and I'm going to shoot photos. How much can I do of each? That's always been my problem. When the session's pumping, I want to be skating. And when the session's pumping, that's the possibility for the best photos. So I've got, can't see from here, but I've got all my gear set up on the ramp and I'll show you what I'm doing. Let's have a look. So what I've got here today, Ranger RX Speed AS and a Ranger S head, which is gonna let me shoot high speed sync, 8,000th of a second, drop down the sunlight behind me. The only catch with this is it's not really movable. Like once it's in this position, that's the position it's gonna be in for the rest of the day. Kind of cool with me because I'm gonna be skating anyway, so I don't wanna be worrying about my gear. I'll just skate, shoot. With the kids skating, I've just
I see there's a lot of conversation in the chat. Thank you for dealing with the trolls there, Dalesky. For once, I'm not really looking at the chat. I'm just enjoying the whiskey and the old vlog. By the way, my hair right there. Shit, what kind of a style was that?
I wanted to just shoot with a flash, fisheye lens, and a single flash.
Third place, we've got Marley. Right, third place, congratulations.
Thank you.
Second place, we've got Jet. The hand, second place, congratulations. That means in first place, Lee.
Even then, how old do you reckon he is there? He was absolutely shredding for such a young kid. And now he's incredible to watch.
Congratulations to all skaters. They all skated well. Goes to third place. We've got Bryce McKeon, the big one with eyes. Second place goes to Jed Reagan. Second place, and that means first place. Ryan Helms.
Ryan Helms ripping.
Congratulations. Some hands together for all the skaters.
Hold on, hey guys.
Ladies, he turns 18 in September. I
didn't film much of the lightweights and the super lightweights, but I did take a hell of a lot of photos.
What year was that? I can tell you, dude. 7 years ago. So that's how long I haven't been skateboarding for. 7 years ago. A good year. It was a very good year. cool photos. Thanks, Netskis. Cheers. The photos are great. Thanks, Doug. Thank you, man.
What skate comp feeds you as well as gives you all this enjoyment? Carnage at Kernel did, and a serviette to boot. I can't skate on an empty stomach, so this is definitely going to help. Apparently we're skating right now.
By the way, there's no footage of my slam.
Oh, that was Bennon's first run.
Skating with a carton of beer. It's empty.
For me, it's more about the fun. I want to make an air in a comp.
That's Shane right there. Who's skating there is that's the owner, right? Shane. Jimmy back. You guys talking about skating now? You ever drop into a half pipe gives? Redox, serious? Are you trolling me, dude? Are you trolling Redox?
That's 2 runs of One more run of to come.
Dan. This guy is a good friend of mine, Dan. His real name's Dan McEwen, but his nickname is Clueless. And he got given that name, or Cluey, or Clue Dog, but it's Clueless. And the reason he's named Clueless is because of where he was born. He was born and raised in the western suburbs, and therefore he got called Clueless. Can you imagine that's your nickname and that got given and everybody just knows him as Cluey? Good guy.
I'm stoked. I made a backside air. Thanks for filming, Boris.
Boris, legend. We probably shouldn't be watching this because this is making me miss it.
Got this bird perch set up now. The guys are going absolutely off their nutter. Some insane tricks going down. I've set up with the Ranger RX Speedhead. Hypersync goodness with this sun happening. And the reason I've got the Ranger there is because I need to blow out this afternoon sun, and I want to shoot at 2.8, and I'm also shooting at 1250 shutter speed, and that's why I need the Ranger, because it allows me to do high speed sync. The sun is directly behind me, so I need some light behind. It's working really well. That's the bird perch done. Here comes another segment of this comp that I can't compete in, the high air comp.
Oh, wicked.
Casual this comp is. There's not even going to be a Masters final. It's just done, isn't it? The comp's over.
Yeah, I'm the only old guy here.
That's it. We're done. What a rad day.
Yeah, fun.
So rad.
I can have a beer now, finally.
I'm going to have one too.
Get in there.
Yeah.
Ah!
7th place, Bennett, where you at? 7th place.
7th place.
Congratulations.
Funnily enough, 7th place was that's my very first comp ranking. I got 7th out of 8 people, and I just got 7th out of 7. Is this not the video with Trevor Water?
Hey, well, all day and yesterday.
Thanks, Bart.
Yeah, bro.
Cheers, man. That's ridiculous. I only made one air.
That's all right. We're all
getting a hoodie as well.
skateboarding today and having a good time. First place, one and only, the unemployable kitchen hand, Nathan Jimmy Beck. First place, heavyweights.
Did I?
Yeah, brother.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Travis kid. The big boy.
Oh, what a legend. He just gives his prize away. Legend. Isn't that rad? Jimmy Beck, Nathan Beck, is not a pro. Well, he should be, but he's not a pro skateboarder. He wins first prize, and he gives all of his prizes to the kids to encourage them. And that right there is Kieran Woolley. I don't know if he got anything. That's Kieran Woolley. That guy's representing Australia in the Olympics. So this guy, Nathan Jimmy Beck, is just, he realizes that it's the kids that are the future, right? So that's so cool, man. Look at that. What a,
Yeah, that's Travis kid. The big boy.
that's so sick. That would mean everything to that kid. Nice.
I haven't skateboarded in like 10 years consecutively. I wanted to make a backside air in a comp, and I did, and I came 7th. It's so nice of Shane to award prizes for this low down in the rankings. I mean, we just came to have fun and make a few airs and walk away with some product. Jimmy, very nice of you to give your prize away to those kids, man.
Yeah.
Nice spirit.
They need it more than me.
Exactly. Nice one, man. Not only was there an award for 7th place, but Shane also awarded lowest air prize, and I won that, so let's go and pick up that award now.
That's
we're out of time.
That's cringe. That's cringe. How come, where is this Trevor Ward footage, man? I'm perplexed now. I'm going to find it. We skated, I filmed that, I definitely filmed that at Shane's ramp. If I search Trevor Ward, will that come up? No. Vert. Bondi. There's a lot of vert action on my channel, but I'm really confused as to where this footage is. We just watched that. Doug's got a split. No worries, Doug. See you soon, man. Kernel. Was it in here? It could be in this daily vlog. I'll just skim through it. Might have been in a daily vlog here. Might have been in here. I hate it when YouTube does that. Does that little playback thing.
Holding a comp here. It's called Carnage in Cornell. That's where we are, in Cornell. Oh, look at this handstand. That's some impressive handstands. Holy moly. That's insane. Yeah, so the comp coming up in 1 week and everyone's trying to get into it and do some tricks. Me, I'm just happy to be rolling, to be honest. Dan, can I give you?
So, I'm really confused because I'm 100% certain that this went in. 100% certain. Go back to Vert again. I want to see it myself, and I'm positive it went into this video. Vertex, ripping. Did I just watch that? That's Shane. I'm perplexed now. I'm confused. Madonna by Dan. Is it in here? No way, man. How much does the harp like that take to construct? You probably wouldn't get it's I guess like between 10 to 15k, I'd imagine. Dude, I can't believe that this I just can't think where this footage would be. And it's confusing me because I was almost 100% positive that I put it in that video, but it's not there. And I got to go to the bathroom again. And I really want to see it. I really want to see it. What if I click on that and it gives me the related videos? Not from my channel though. What a shame. Well, I really wanted to see Trevor Ward do his half cab without even trying. What about if I put in the search term half cab? I wouldn't have put that in there, surely. Half cab is not a search term. Fairfield Leisure Centre, that comes up. Oh, this sucks. What about Shane? Searching for Shane Serena. My last ever vert comp. Could it be in here? No, it was daytime when we talked about it. Oh, by the way, this might be when I had my okay, so I think this is me. Oh, you don't want fuck. Sorry, I'm just going down memory lane now, but okay, I can't find it. I'm not going to bore you guys with me looking through this. Is it permanent, Dale? That was not a permanent setup. That was Shane's vert ramp that he used. That's his ramp that was touring with the Big Day Out, but that was set up temporarily for everybody to ride. Let me just take a whiz, come back, and then I'll address the chat because I think you guys are fighting. So what's going on in the chat that I've been missing out on? I think did I see correctly? Did Dale, did you time out Redox for a week? Shit. What did he do? Bear in mind that might be some alcohol involved. I don't know. So look, by the way, that concludes the skateboarding rant. I'm going to find out where that footage is of Trevor Ward, and I'm going to watch it myself, but not on this stream because I don't want to bore you guys with me just siphoning through my old fucking videos to try to find something. So let me just reverse a little and scroll back up as far as I can skins on the chat. Okay, I can scroll quite a fair ways. Redox, the reason you don't skate anymore is because of mine goblins. Go away, Redox, dude. What's your problem? Net skis. I know someone who tore her LCL. Oh shit. Ouchie mama. Play nice, Dale. 5 years, I doubt it. Calm your tits, fellas. Daleski, Flowski, Dale and I probably predate you both, and I say for one, you're both equally welcome. I have cold nipples. Cold nipples. Charlotte and I were first. Yo, Dale, been lurking. Flowski, hey, Flo. Did I say hello to you, Flo? I don't know if I did. My apologies. Skipper and Charlo are true originals. OGs, they are. Redox sounds like a good time. Someone needs to scroll through Gibbs' follower list on DLive to see who the true first follower was. Takes forever to scroll through follower list page at a time. Wow, well, someone else can do it. I won't do it. Now I want some curry. Hendrik closed the door on Melbourne. Well, definitely on the nunnery backpackers. I'll make some chicken tikka masala. Oh, that sounds nice. Can you make it without the chicken? Haven't had Indian food in ages. Thai curry is my favorite. Maybe some sausage or shrimp. Shrimp. I'll get you to throw another one of those on the barbecue, though. I don't eat any animals. Oh, well. Oh, you're a vegetarian. Okay, cool, Netskis. I didn't know that. I know him from that video game, Redox. That's it. Tony Hawk. Okay, never heard of him. Explains why you're so soft. Ooh, yeah, okay. Redox had some fighting words there. I don't know any of them except for the video games. Jesus, guys, please behave. No personal attacks. Timeouts incoming. I feel insulted. Best friend's vegan. Took a while, but I got used to it. We just order what we like and there's no problem. I love skateboarding. Viva la difference. Each his own. Live and let live. I think we can all agree bullying vegans is fun. Ooh, Redox. So Redox came in here with an axe to grind. Hendrik, I eat vegan cows. Dale, no, it isn't. It's childish and kind of pathetic, actually. You eat the entire cow, Hendrik? How are you still so thin? Monstrous metabolism, right? I've taken many slams dropping in on 6 and 8 foot ramps. Dropping in is the hardest part. Redox? Okay. Injuries can get gnarly. Good call on walking away. Street skating is rad, though. Sure, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to walk away. Bullshit, you did a kickflip here on stream. I should have been more clear. The last time I skateboarded outside was at that comp. But I did a heel flip here in my Ugg boots. And that person, fuck them. Remember? They came in and said, we were doing what we're doing now. We were talking about the old days and having a good old time down memory lane. And this guy in the chat's like, bullshit, man. I reckon you're just talking the talk, dude. And I'm like, okay, want to make it interesting? And he said, yeah. And he said, I said, no, somehow he said, I'll buy you Jack Daniels for a lifetime if you can do a kickflip. Or did he ask for a heel flip or a kickflip? I can't remember, but he said if you can do it, and I'm like, dude, Fucking oath. I went down into the garage, got my skateboard, put it right there. Not the first one, but the second attempt, I did a clean heel flip in my Ugg boots, and that cocksmoker never gave me the Jack Daniels. So thank you for reminding me on that, Hendrik. Yes, I did. I often think what I'd do if I got seriously injured while hiking. Would I stop? I don't think so. I love it too much. Yep. It's not an easy decision. A unicorn shaving its beard. Psychedelic static. I like the liquid. Cream of pixels. So true. Davo. Hi, Gibbs. Hello, Davo. Did I say hello to you? I don't think I did. Let's talk tennis. Something I'm good at. Tennis is fun. I'm not very good at it, but tennis is fun. All good, my side. Cause you're a vegan. Oh shit! Gnarliest thing of all time. Dale Bold timed out Redox for 5 minutes. Melbourne Dogs. Wow, had enough of the insults. Thanks, Dale. Was getting old. High five, Dale. Everybody liked it. Hi, Hendrik. Missed you earlier. Yo, Dugsky. Olympic athletes blow my mind. The skill is superhuman. Is skateboarding Olympic? Yes. Yeah. Okay. At the pier, Drumzilla. Snowboarding is so. Skateboarding is. Sean White. That guy's incredible. Yeah, bizarre. Redox comes back with "Can't believe you did me like that, Dalski. People deserve what they receive. Scoundrel move, to be honest. Don't attempt to blame me for your shit comments. Keep going, dude. See what happens. Okay, Boomer. Redox grow up already. Infant. At least I'm further from the grave, unlike you, Boomer. Dale Bold timed out Redox for 5 minutes again. 2 5-minute timeouts. Shit. Next time it's a ban. You've been warned. Exclamation drink. Poor. What's the mechanic? Sorry, look at this young man. You've been warned. The MJB. Trolls on Kick. Guess that was inevitable. You're a website created by Aiden Ross and XQC. You were on a website created by Aiden Ross and XQC? I don't think it was created by those guys. I mean, they're definitely the love childs, but they didn't create it. Hey, but right on, Flowski wasn't created by them skis. Hendrik and I got this. Do your thing. What year was that? 2017. Cool photos. The photos are great. Thank you. I agree. Thank you. I'd be scared to try a half pipe. Redox. See, Redox was lying because I'm reading all these comments and not even like 5 minutes earlier, he had said that he'd slammed multiple times dropping in on a 5-6 foot half pipe. And then he says, I'm scared to try a half pipe. And then he says, you ever drop into a half pipe, Gibbs? And I just spent like half an hour explaining all of my skateboarding career. And he's asked me that. So no, that's trolling. You flying, serious air, run of AKA rum. That's cool. Run of rum. I like that. I'm sure Dale could never drop in. Okay. Why are all the personal insults? Your girlfriend kick you out of so yeah, definitely. And then Redox said, you're my girlfriend. Hell to the no. Hendrik timed out Redox for 1 hour. Thanks, Skipper. Dude, Redox got 2 timeouts for 5 minutes from Daleski, 1 timeout for an hour from H-Man. Baby shirt. Yeah, Charlotte would be proud. She would. Gloria's got a crush on me. We're all mortal. Humphrey just heard you. I'm screwed now. Ben, you have lived an interesting life. Kudos. Thank you, man. I have indeed. A lot of my life I can thank skateboarding for. Like, hands down. The skateboarding, I wouldn't have gone and lived in Adelaide if it wasn't for skateboarding. How much is it? Yeah, okay. Scrolling through Gibbs, follow this. Good to see those ad names. Oh, there you go, Flesky. It's Gloria and Humphrey fighting. Some guy in Christchurch is making a good skate park in an aircraft hangar. Oh, wow. There was no fight, just one person being rude and was dealt with. But it doesn't tell me where he got banned for a week or something. I followed you right after Author Joe Holt. I remember that handle. Author Joe Holt. Yeah, there's a name I have. Yeah, okay, so I'm up to speed. Wow, okay, so yeah, I mean, it's good that we got mods, right? Thank you, Dale, and thank you, Hendrik, for taking action there. So did Redox get a ban for a week? Is that right? Did I see that correctly? He's gone for a week. I guess I could check the mod actions. He didn't get a week. Oh, okay, I missed it then. So he's only got an hour ban. So it's probably almost up then, right? With the amount of waffling I've been doing. Redox, where's my mod actions? I don't see a week. No, I must have read that wrong. Bundagun just followed. Redox timed out for 5 minutes. Yeah, okay. Dale Bold, Redox timed out. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, if you're gonna come in and like be a dick, I guess you're gonna cop the response. The response will meet the dickness. Don't be a dick. Have you ever skated a half pipe, Gibbs? That's like saying, have you ever streamed, Gibbs? It's not quite the same, but you feel me. So, what else were we talking about before we went deep into skateboarding history? I don't remember. Looks like I beat you following Gibbs, Dale, but Charla and Hendrik beat us both. Flo, have you scrolled all the way back in the list? Charla was my first follow, surely. I remember I streamed on DLive, if you want to talk history about that. I remember I streamed there for about 3 days with nobody. But then again, those streams were probably only like, you know, probably just on an hour or something, 40 minutes. I watched Gibbs early, but I didn't follow right away. Yeah, Dale, yeah, you... No idea why. Yeah, what's wrong with you, man? Why'd you do that? When there aren't that many followers, JavaScript eventually errors out before reaching the end. It went back pretty far. Oh, wow. So you didn't... So of that list that you went all the way through, who was the very last one that you got to see, Skis? I'll tell you what does suck, though. It does suck to have like 8,000 followers on a platform and then start afresh, kind of. Like, even though that number is like very, very questionable, I've always said probably halve it. Like, get the real follower amount on DLive would probably be less than half, right? Not even 4,000. I mean, if you're thinking about people who follow and then actively partake in the stream, I mean, we probably peaked out at, I guess, my regular, like a good stream on DLive for me probably would have got about 30 to 40 viewers, and out of those 30 to 40, maybe 10% would have been active. So maybe less than 10 people chatting in the chat. But here on Kick, my viewer count's very, very small compared, but the percentage of active in the chat is still probably close to that 10% mark, I'd say. I guess I was busy hanging out with others early on. I did a few panels with the author. Yeah, right, Dale. Yeah. The oldest one I can see before the JavaScript error is FM Boss. I remember that handle. The first recognized name I see from the bottom is Peter Music. I remember Peter Music. That was the father of Jacob, who may even beat Charla. Whoa, shit. Yeah, right. Yeah, Peter Music was Jake. Not Jake. Yeah, Jake. That was a weird noise. Dale. Yeah, Jacob Muir Music Dad. That's right, Flosky. Yeah. There was some pretty good streamers on DLive, wasn't there? Peter came way after Charla. I felt I think that's right, Hendrik. Yeah, I don't know if that JavaScript is like really tripping out, but I felt like I know Charla was the first. Like, yeah, yep. Charla was the first to follow me on DLive. Can we go and have a look at DLive? I want to see what's going on the DLive machine. I get a little nostalgic for the DLive eskies. DLive.tv. Now I am live, so what's great? Our Patriot Soapbox News.
Let's see it.
Boring. Sorry, I don't know if that's boring to anybody else, but that channel's boring to me. Affiliate and partners, we have something for you. Complete
don't trust black leaders. Black leaders have no idea how to run an economy. They don't know who introduced what. Europeans
That's awesome content.
Black leaders have no idea how to run an economy. They don't know who introduced what. Europeans introduced South Africa. South Africa was built by Europeans. You understand me? They built electricity, roads, railway, buildings you see in South Africa.
Roads,
this is why South Africa is the only country which was much richer than a lot of African countries. It's because of white people there. because of white people. That's why black people are benefiting from things they didn't build in South Africa.
You can almost guarantee that when you jump onto DLive, you're going to get like racially charged political content. It's almost a guarantee, isn't it? It's such a shame, dude.
We need science and
Such a shame. What's this? What's this? What's this? Streamer incentive. This season's token is supported by the Ape NFT Foundation. What's this? Season end? What the fuck is this? What are we? What is this? I mean, I should wait till my monthly video, but what is this? Ape NFT Streamer Incentive Program. This season's token. Okay, learn more. Welcome, D-Livers. We are thrilled to present our latest program to you. So get ready because the Ape NFT Streamer Incentive Program Season 1 begins. The Streamer Incentive Program begins on 10th of May and ends on the 30th of June. Streamer Points Incentive Plan aims to encourage streamers to create high-quality content with the best practices through engaging quests. The plan will be held progressively over the course of a year with tokens by the Ape NFT Foundation. This is only available to DLive's affiliate and partner streamers. Earning points. The leaderboard will be updated every 5 minutes. Maintaining a consistent streaming schedule is beneficial. Active chat rooms can earn more points, increasing fan base and benefit more donations and subscribers as you read. Saving replays is helpful. Referring users to register on DLive could help you on your journey. So this shows me that there are active there's concepts on DLive to get people to come over here, right? Reward multiplier. The higher the reward multiplier, the faster the accumulation of points. Here are 2 ways to maximize the multiplier. The higher the partner level is, the higher the rewards. The longer the account has been registered for, the higher the rewards multiplier. Well, I've been registered for a long time on DLive. The distribution. At the end of each season, the total pool will be shared. The more points you earn, the more reward tokens you receive. More affiliate partner status until the end of the quarter receive tokens. Please note you only receive reward tokens if you provide your HTX UID wallet address. So you got to sign up for a wallet. So what are the reward tokens? And by the way, I don't have an HTX UID wallet. Are these NFTs that you can earn? What the fuck are they? What are they giving us? What exactly is it? The Ape NFT Streamer Incentive Program. Overview. The Streamer Points Incentive Plan aims to encourage streamers to create high-quality content with the best practice through engaging quests. Okay. What exactly? You earn points. So you earn points, but what the fuck are they? The higher the reward multiplier, the faster the accumulation. So you get points. At the end of the season, the total prize pool will be shared. The more points you earn, the more reward tokens. What token are you talking about? If you want me to sign up to a wallet, you got to tell me what you're going to be putting into it. It doesn't tell you what it actually is. You will only receive reward tokens if you provide the HTX UID wallet address. What is the token though? And I can't ask because they fucking banned me from the Discord. That makes me sad. So what is the reward token? What is it? We don't know what it is. I've got a 1.5 times multiplier and I've been verified for 100 years. That looks like the max. Yo, Malpezi, how you doing, man? The maximum reward multiplier is 1.5. Oh, wallet history. Page under construction. My God, are you serious? Look at this. It's been active for 2 weeks and they haven't even got a wallet history page. So even if I did give them my wallet, the hell is this, man? Earning points. What the fuck are you doing, DLive? What actually are you getting? At the end of each season, the total prize pool will be shared. The more points you earn, the more reward tokens you will receive. What are the reward tokens, though? What are they? What are we entering into? The total prize pool of Ape NFT token. Is that what it is? To the value of 102,000 US dollars? Ape NFT token. What the fuck is that? Now, Pezzy, I bought my wedding suit today. Wow, big chillin'. Big. Congrats on that, dude. That's mad. Happy times, dude. Ape NFT token. Is it actually an Ape NFT? Ape NFT token. Okay. Oh, accept the cookies. So this is the token. It's actually Ape NFT. That's the ticker. It's 6 letters. Ape NFT. Where's the all-time chart here? Oh shit! That's down, down, down. That's like a pulse chain chart, man. Whoa, shit! That's like a hex chart. So to get this shit, I guess I should sign up, right? When does it end? In 38 days. Should I wait and do this on my next cryptocurrency stream? So we got to get a wallet for the HTX tokens. The Ape NFT. Ape NFT is on which chain? Where is it? I want to learn about it. Ape NFT was officially registered in Singapore in March of 2021. To meet opportunities and address pain points in the industry, core business of Ape NFT include investing in top NFT platforms and artworks, incubating leading NFT artists to build a bridge between blah blah bling blong blang blong bling blong blang 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 bling blong blang blong bling blong blang blang bling blong blong. We'll do this on a cryptocurrency stream. I'll take another slash. You need the wallet at the end, so who gives it? Yeah. I'll do it on a cryptocurrency stream. I don't want to bore you with it here, but yeah. I don't know. Like I don't want to miss out on if they're going to give me free something. You know, if it's going to be a free token, I might as well do the thing and get the wallet. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've got the verified status here, and I get a reward multiplier of 1.5x, and the token rewards pool is approximately 102,000. I might as well do it, right? Like, let's have a look at the leaderboard. So where am I? I'm pretty low. So Vita PevPay is leading the charge. Who's this streamer? Who's this Yahoo? Last live 6 hours ago. I can't read that language. 18,000 followers on DLive? Shit. Replays. What's all this? No volume? Okay, what's this? Okay, we can't go past. That's just their intro piece, right? Okay, so that's the person who's leading the leaderboard. They are leading the board of leaders. So does anybody know these names, folks? Out of everybody that's on DLive, do you guys know Vita PFP and NPTVPL, PSB, Cab7 Ben, Savannah Sushi? We do know those two streamers. So their Cab7 Ben gets a 1.6 times multiplier because he's a global partner. Savannah Sushi gets a 1.5 multiplier because she's a verified partner. Useless Crayon Eater gets a 1.4 multiplier because I'm assuming they're affiliates. Yeah, they're not, they're just affiliated, right? Interesting. So what this is, by the way, I rank extremely low. How many points do I get? 10,000. Interesting. Streamer incentive program. Okay, well, I gotta hand it. Slow clap for the DLive. At least there's things being done. At least there is someone back there going, hey, you know, we were already on the downer and now there's kick. We got to do some shit. We got to step the game up. To that effect, where am I? Let me just see my channel. There I am. Streamer incentive program. Net TV over there. I'll let him explain. Is that his vibrator going off? Maria Madness. Shit. Did we see that the clips? Yeah, clips have been missing for ages, haven't they? Replays are there. I used to upload videos to the DLive machine. Remember that? Then they just stopped. They started bugging out, and I just thought, I'm not going to do that anymore. Replays are there. Well, no. Yeah, interesting. You have to do a regular stream and there is something like a wheel every night I've heard about. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to really bother too much with it, but I'm not going to deny, like, if they're going to give me some tokens, I'm not going to say no. If it just means signing up to a to that particular wallet, I'll do it. I'll do it on the cryptocurrency stream. Like I said earlier on this stream, somehow over the course of the time, I've accumulated 40 million Pepe tokens. I don't recall buying them. Oh shit, no, I did. I did buy Pepe. When? Oh, now I'm remembering. I did it. I was going to say, did someone gift them to me? No, I bought Pepe coin. And yeah, that's been pamping. At the moment, that's worth 560 bucks. Now you might say, sell, 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 sell. Well, what is that? 1, 2, 3. That's 4 zeros and a 1399. I'm not selling that shit. I'm holding on to Pepe. Holding on. Like I'm holding on to Pulse and Pulse X and Hex and Hex. Wow, who did that? Netsky's over on the DLive machine. Hey, I'm gonna get out of here soon, I guess. We'll wrap this up. Wow! Who did that? James FXQ in the donuts. How you doing, James FXQ? Kick fam. I like that. Kick fam. Yeah, we still need some kind of kick on Kick, right? There needs to be the incentive to donate to streamers. Aside from donating a sub, there needs to be the... Where are the kicks? Where are those things on Kick? I don't know.
I'm not like some madman.
I am a madman.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I just posted in the D Live chat, and I remember we got all these badges. Broadcaster, Lino founding member, crypto superstar, verified partner. Time to flush the limit. Yeah, let's open the chest, eh? Let's do it. Where is it again? There we go. Who wants them? You got 30 seconds. I forgot about that. 20 seconds. I'm not like some madman. Nah. You got to be following to get the chest, don't you? 13 seconds. 10 seconds. 25 seconds. That's going. 6 seconds. 4 seconds. Too slow. 1, 2. Who gets the chest? There's only 103 in there. Netskis, Daleski, and Flowski. That's pretty cool. Does that mean the chest is fixed? That's pretty cool. Remember it used to, I mean, I guess there's nobody watching my content, but you remember it used to just get like total randoms? That actually works out pretty damn well. 50 to Netskis, 30 to Daleski, and 20 to Flowski. That's pretty cool. Yeah. That works. It's based on chat activity, so we win. Well, is it? Is that how it's worked out, or is that how they say it's worked out? Because nobody actually knows, right? Because there was times, and I mean, it's obviously been a long time in between chests, but there was times there where you'd open the chest and then all of a sudden there'd be this one person that goes in the chat, just complete nonsense, and they claim the top. It's like, what the fuck, dude? It definitely makes a difference if you chat more, increases chances. That's what they say. But I remember there was that one time, and I immediately went into the Discord and posted screenshots, and I got absolutely shot down in flames. People were like, "What's the problem, Gives? What's the matter with that? You gave your chest out and someone claimed it." And I'm like, "Yeah, but they're not part of my community. They're never there. They literally just commented in the 30 seconds that I put open chest. They literally commented and they got the top slot? That doesn't make any sense at all." And they were like, "Fuck you, Gives. Fucking always complaining, man. Always talking bad about shit." I'm like, well, what's good about that? Tell me what's good. Tell me what's incentivizing a community when some fly-by-nighter can just come in and go under the rug and go, "Hey, I'm here now. Oh, okay, I'll take everything." There's nothing good about that at all. That's shit. But the amount of people that were like on my back going, just always complaining, man, you just never have anything good to say. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have anything good to say about that. There's nothing good at all about that. Like, that's bad. I'm glad you agree with me. Cheers. Have a nice day. Pineapple on pizza. Coffee. Good morning. It's screwed up. I watch people getting chests every day that never say anything or give lemons. Nowadays, who knows how it works or it doesn't? Yeah. Now, Gibbs, you really must stop making sense. Well, see, this is fine to have this conversation here, but if we were to take this into the Discord, if that's a big if, right? If I could get in there and if this conversation would jump across there and we'd start asking these questions, you'd instantly get perceived as trying to cause trouble. You know, like you're instantly, it's almost like because you've said something that's questioning how things work, you must be shut down. You can't make sense in it. Hey, Wolf, how you doing, man? Can't make sense in echoes. Cheers. Yeah, you can't. Yeah. Oh well. I mean, I can't even make a ripple in that pond because they banned me from that. I must be the only partner that doesn't have access to the partners Discord. It's kind of unique, actually. Like, everybody else is generic. Hey, they're like, yeah, we're all partners and we're all over in the Discord. It's like, I'm a partner and I'm not over there. So I'm the odd one out here and therefore the unique one. The only G. Gives his special. Yeah. It's like, you grinded for partner, didn't you? Yeah, I ground for it. I ground for that thing, man. And now I've got it and I've got nothing different than any. Well, I get a 1.5x multiplier on an ape NFT incentive. I remember when Tidy stopped answering me on those at the instance where I was asking about not repercussions, what's the word? Reimbursements? What's the word where it's paid to you after because they owe it to you? The refund, not the refund. The BTT staking, right? When that all went to south, when that all went to hell, I was like, yo, Tidy, what are we doing, man? Are we going to get these? Are you going to pay out? Like, you've locked our shit and you've disabled the withdrawal feature, so we can't take it out and we're locked out. And so therefore we're not earning any of our incentive for 8 weeks. And then they open it back up and go, now you can either withdraw or you can redenominate. And I was like, what about the missing 8 weeks of rewards? Surely you got to pay that. And they're like, yeah, fill this Google form out and we'll get you those rewards. Filled it out. Nothing ever came. I'm like, yo, Tidy, can we look into this? And he's like, nah. Well, he didn't say no, but he just didn't respond. So then I start posting in the Discord. It's like, hey, anybody else wondering where their last 8 weeks of rewards are from staking? It's like, yo, Gives, shush, we're talking about a very important subject. It's called, what do you put on your pizza? Do you put pineapple on it? Because that's what we're talking about. I don't know why you want to keep coming in here and asking important questions. We're really close to working out whether you should put pineapple on your pizza or not. Hold on a second. Did you want a coffee? Good morning. Quack, quack, quack. It's like, hang on, man. There's 8 weeks of missing payments here, and you're talking about whether you put pineapple in your coffee and your duck sits on top of it. I want to talk about more important things. And then Tidy would not even respond, and there just came this point where it's like, oh, so there's another verified partner another partner benefit that just got removed. It's like you're supposed to have direct access to people that mean something, staff members. And I did at one point. I had 2 pretty good contacts. I had Charles Wayne and Tidy. And then Tidy just went, I'm not talking to this guy anymore. He's asking that question about those staking rewards and I'm just backing out. I'm just going to not answer. I was like, fuck, man, we were talking about that. Quack. Wolf, you went hard. Your streams introduced me to live streaming. I was around follower 1K. Thank you, man. I'm glad I could inspire that. That's cool. Appreciate that. And that was fun back in those days. Flosky, everyone who earns partner now gets so little compared to the old days. It's almost meaningless. Yeah. But I'd argue that I am the only partner that doesn't have that Discord access or that direct line into the staff. Once I realized I was being lied to, my perspective changed bigly. Yeah, they've basically been lying, for sure. Justin's son has a lot to answer for. Quack, quack. It was after lie 8:43. DLive allows movie stream now, does it? Who's making the kickbot? I don't know. Who streams movies? That can't be good. Speaking of movies, I'm going to sit down tonight and watch Avatar because I watched it way back when and loved it. And now I've got a 4K television. I think it'll look good. I think it will look better on a 4K screen. And I want to watch Avatar 2, but I'm going to watch the first one again. Is anybody... I am more than happy with my affiliate there. Hendrik, you're still stoked to be affiliated? Whoa. When was the last time you streamed, though, H-Man? Has the hen house opened in the last little while? Everything is allowed there when no one is to control it. Yeah. But I'm going to get out of here, I guess, now. Appreciate you all being here. What a fun stream. A few nights ago. Oh, shit. Sorry, H-Man. I didn't know. Sorry, dude. Have fun over there on DLive. I'm being silly. Yeah, but that's cool, man. It's whenever I do my monthly DLive video, I just go on the site and I'm like, it just looks so lame. It's always Patriot Soapbox News at the top on the wheel. Some dude ranting and raving about politics. It's like, really? That's the top stream that you want to promote on that. When you go there and you're not signed in, so I use the Firefox browser. I'm not signed in. I just open up dlive.tv and I see this dude just ranting about politics. I'm like, how much different is that to Rumble? Not much. I don't like timing people out, but it was necessary. Yeah, Dale, tonight, yeah, you did the right thing. It'd be fine if everyone didn't leave. It's like a ghost town for English speakers. Remember the old days when it was really popping off? There was good times. You know what we should do one time? I guess sometime soon we should do a D-Live reflection stream where we call in and we talk about it. Be good times. But it's gonna start well, but end up in like just too much negativity. Hey, I'm gonna get out of here though, folks. Thanks for everybody for being here on this stream. I appreciate you all, even though there are times on my streams when shut up, Siri. Even though there are times on my streams when I ignore the chat or when I don't look at it, such as earlier when there was the fighting going on, I was too busy talking about the thing I was talking about. Usually ranting and raving, about some situation or some story. But I appreciate it. And I went back and read it all. And I'm supporting Dale and I'm supporting Hendrik. Redox, you're welcome back here when the ban expires. But when you do come back, don't be a dick. Pretty simple. DBD. DBAD. Don't be a dick. Jesus. Kicking it with Gives a Minute on Kick.